Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So I saw this tweet today from XRP_hold, that's at hold_XRP on Twitter, and this is what he has to say, very apropos. One thing that a lot of people have to understand is that the media tends to feed you what they want you to believe. Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there's a lot of evidence out there that the media tends to spin things in ways in order to control people that aren't terribly intelligent. That's kind of the nicest way I can put it. So XRP Hold states, let's not listen to the media and the lies they say. The fact that 99% of people don't know there is two types of info. Number one, info for the masses, and I think he means everybody, basically the 99% of people out there. And number two, info for the classes, the insiders. So, what do you think the media news is? Now, it's a relevant point to make when you're seeing news like this coming about. This from Eric Vale Naylor, aka Mr. Cool Daddy on Twitter. That's at Naylor_Vale. U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin thinks outlook for Bitcoin is bleak. And he links to this article from CoinDesk discussing an interview Steven Mnuchin had with Squawk Box. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin commented on cryptocurrency's future viability. In an interview on Wednesday, I can assure you I will personally not be loaded up on Bitcoin in 10 years, Mnuchin said on CNBC's Squawk Box. I would bet even in 5 to 6 years, I won't even be talking about Bitcoin as Treasury Secretary. While Mnuchin's comments today do not elucidate his specific regulatory policies, he said previously that cryptocurrencies pose risk to the financial system if misused like Swiss bank accounts. So what he's talking about is in fact using cryptocurrencies to basically launder money, to engage in criminal activity, all that kind of negative stuff that Bitcoin has historically been known for in the past. So to prevent financial crime or monetary distortion, the Secretary has called upon the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, and the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, to design guidance that will hold cryptocurrencies to the highest standard. Now, as you guys have probably noticed, Steven Mnuchin is talking about unregulated cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, such as a lot of those privacy coins that can kind of skirt the system, in order to allow people to transact on their own independently without using fiat currencies. I want to be clear here. He is not talking about cryptocurrencies like XRP, nor is he talking about a company like Ripple who is playing by the rules, who has been completely transparent, who is working with governments, working with banks. He is talking about the rogues, okay? And he considers Bitcoin as part of that system. Today, he added, we're going to make sure we have a unified approach, and my guess is that there are going to be more regulations that come out from all these agencies. On July 18th, Mnuchin erroneously claimed that fiat currencies are not vehicles for money laundering, while there are billions of dollars of transactions going on in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for illicit purposes. This was kind of comical. He mentioned this with Joe Kernan on the CNBC show, the Squawk Box. So this is the tweet from Joe Kernan. The existing system has never been used for illicit activities, but we're going to make sure crypto isn't used for illicit activities like the current system. Got it. Kernan wasn't buying it. Somebody put somebody here on Twitter, mbit, that's at m.bit on Twitter, posted this here. When somebody tells you cash isn't used for money laundering, it's comical. It's comical to hear this kind of stuff coming from such higher ups. And this just goes back to this point here, guys. The media is telling people what to think. The media is not going to help you get rich. The media is doing what they're supposed to be doing in order to keep those checks and balances in place for the masses. So Joe Kernan not having any of it. I love this. I love this facial expression here. He just doesn't look impressed at all, And we've seen movies based on real life stories. Like, have you guys seen Blow with Johnny Depp? 2001, great film. And I just remember that scene from Blow where he's just stacking wads and wads and wads and wads and wads of cash in this apartment. And, they're counting it and they're going through it until they get to a point where, they don't even bother counting it anymore. There's so much of it. I think they then resort to actually weighing the bills in order to kind of get a rough estimate of how much they have laundered through illicit cocaine smuggling. So, when people like Steven Mnuchin Mnuchin are telling you that that cash is not used as much as Bitcoin for illicit activity, you really have to second guess his motives. So I just wanted to also bring this point up here. While Mnuchin seems to think crypto's future is bleak, he continues to bat for the US dollar. And, this is essentially why he's saying the stuff he's saying. Fiat currency is in trouble. And, if you can get your country behind the idea that the US dollar is still the one to trust, then you have controlled them enough to prop up the US dollar to give it a little bit more time before it sinks. The whole financial system is very complicated. I don't want to get into the entire thing in this particular video, but a lot of people are saying that we're in trouble with regards to the current system that we have, and that cryptocurrencies could be an answer. Ripple doing their part of this too in order to enable people to transact cross-border in fractions of seconds with their XRP cryptocurrency. But to think that the US government is going to be able to wrangle and control the price of Bitcoin, they have another thing coming. I saw this here too from Blockchain Life, that's at Blockchain Life on Twitter. Bitcoin is inflation proof. One of the biggest issues with fiat money like the US dollar is that the government can always print more of it to cover any outstanding debts. This can be good for paying off debts, but terrible for other things. This was back from last year, April 30th. I remember this infograph like it was yesterday, and it really does illustrate a very, very accurate picture here. You take $20 in 1929 and it could buy you a cart full of groceries. By 1960, it would buy you less groceries. By 2014, even less. By 2018, even less. And by 2020, even less. So the title of this, Inflation Silently Robbing You of Purchasing Power Since 1913. Now, when you look at Bitcoin, one Bitcoin in 2012 could buy you a little bit. Then by 2013, a little more. By 2017, a whole heck of a lot more. 2018, even more, but of course this was probably done in 2017, so they didn't realize that 2018 was a down year. But then whoever created this projects to 2020, and I think you get the point here. Bitcoin just keeps going up in value, whereas the US dollar keeps going down in value. Your purchasing power is being robbed here, guys. And I think it was Anthony Pompliano that also brought up the fact that, when confronted with the idea that, isn't it risky to put so much of your wealth into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin? And he flipped that idea right back onto the interviewer saying, well, isn't it risky to put 100% of your wealth in fiat? Think about it, people. He's got a huge point here. The United States government is definitely not going to be able to put a cap on Bitcoin. We keep seeing Bitcoin rise and rise and rise as it was coming into its own in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, so on and so forth, steadily rising in price through 2013. And then, 2015, 16, 17, we saw Bitcoin really move higher. We had a bit of a down year in 2018, but now we're starting to see the momentum build, guys, almost reaching all-time highs once again. And people ask me this. I have a pretty good idea of where Bitcoin will go in the future. XRP, though, it's a lot more difficult to predict. A, because we don't have the history on the charts, and B, because there's that hidden secret weapon, the real-world utility that could get XRP through the moon. So when people ask me, where do you see crypto going? Because I talk to friends, I talk to all kinds of people throughout my day about crypto. It's the thing that I'm focused on most these days. And these guys are skeptics, right? They're looking to invest in something. Some of them are more interested than others. And when I tell them my prediction for Bitcoin, a lot of them just don't believe it. I could realistically see Bitcoin hit 100,000 to 300,000 per BTC by Q4 of 2021. No, this is not your imagination. This is where I think Bitcoin will go based on the market we're currently in today. Now, this could change. Of course, there could be all kinds of events that, maybe make this prediction seem too high, or conversely, maybe there could be some events that will catapult Bitcoin even higher than this. I think, though, under today's market conditions, this is probably a good estimate of where Bitcoin will go by 2021. Now, if we're looking at a completely speculative market, I could see, XRP rise anywhere between, and I'm just throwing numbers out here, guys, $5 to $20 in a speculative bull run in conjunction with Bitcoin. But guys, it's so hard to say because A, we do not have the history on XRP, and B, there's that other piece, the real world utility that will catapult it way further depending on how far we come along through in the process. I feel like my Bitcoin prediction will probably be more accurate than my XRP prediction. I think I'm probably underestimating XRP because, there's too many factors involved. Throughout the course of doing this channel, we've looked at different models for XRP price predictions, based on volume, based on historical trends, based on partnerships, based on real world utility. And we're kind of, all over depending on how you want to look at it. The X factor for XRP really will be that real world adoption and how much flow we will start to see through the XRP token. And so just to end this off here, I saw this tweet from Savvy XRP, that's at SavvyXRP_. Ripple sold 251.51 million XRP in Q2 of 2019 and is substantially reducing future sales of XRP. No company willingly gives up that kind of revenue without another revenue stream lined up. Think about it, folks. Ripple has a plan for growing the ecosystem. They're currently in the process of doing that right now. David Schwartz has also gone on the record saying that the price of XRP has to rise in order for us to fulfill what we want to fulfill, i.e. targeting those larger payments. Do you really think XRP is going to stay at 30 cents forever? Or do you think we're in the beginning stages of something much, much larger? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.